All right. The final topic, as Larry would say. Oh, final topic. The final topic. With my paper. I'm going to have the paper.
You see what I have to work with? You see what I have to work with?
It's one ready now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The final topic is Venom. Some of us went to see it.
Some of us didn't.
Some of us didn't.
And who was that someone?
Someone had to work.
We don't?
Hear what I'm saying to you?
In fairness, though, if I could have chosen to watch it at a different... No, wait a minute.
So it's Larry's fault now. Anyway.
This guy will watch the film at 3 in the damn morning like this.
And I heard you dozed off for about a minute.
Well, because some of us work.
Right. Anyway, while they was watching it, I was working.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
When we, the times didn't match up, so we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But so they're gonna give spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen it.
Spoiler alert, yeah, just so you know. Yeah?
Where did that come from?
We don't know about that song.
Where did that come from?
That's Rastaman tunes. When they're playing the tunes, it's
oh, yeah, of course,
the man them that know.
All
I don't
right.
know if Damien knows.
It's kind of like you.
There's a token white guy commenting again, like I can see myself out with the couch.
The last thing he listened to was what? Snow in Farmer?
Oh, motherfucker!
No, I'm joking. But anyway, Venom.
I was defending you. I ain't defending you now.
Yeah, don't defend him. You don't need defending.
So anyway, we saw the movie.
Yes,
This
we
motherfucker
saw the
didn't see it.
movie. Yes. Anyway,
Ebony and Ivory. And the one in between.
Yeah, so we went to, spoiler alert, this is going to be a spoiler review. He doesn't mind sitting through a spoiler
Because I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah,
I'm still
cool.
excited.
He's like me, he's pretty much.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't really care.
You can see it like 4 more times anyway.
Well, I actually went and saw it again today. So, no, I didn't.
You did.
I'm a little bit upset. We go to go. I'm done.
Anyway.
Right. So, spoiler review of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, starring moi.
Wait. Starring moi.
Okay, I appear in a damn film.
I mean, he was in
If
there.
you blink, you might miss him, but he's in it. No, he's in it.
If you blink twice, you might miss it.
Yeah. Or if you doze off for the 30 seconds, you might miss it. Like, them.
Like, once he saw his part, then even as he was like, I've seen myself, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was literally for 1 minute. I fell asleep. But
let me say,
I didn't miss much.
It's still a great achievement.
Thank you.
To be in Venom. If
you.
you're in it for 1 second, 10 seconds, 2 minutes.
You literally just walk past the screen. That's
And let's truth be told, I was very recognizable. You've all seen the clip.
Yeah.
There's actually, if you check out on YouTube now, there's a clip where they literally filmed
on Joe Blow.
Yes.
So fantastic. It was a fantastic experience. It's been directed by Andy Serkis as well. It's.
I'm saying Naomi Harris.
She's so nice.
Naomi,
so nice.
I'm free whenever there is a film where you need a token white guy. I am free.
But anyway, let's get to this review. Yeah.
Right. So your ratings first of all.
Right, I rate this. What did we say? A solid 8.5.
Yeah, like an 8.5.
Yeah. We thought it was better than the first Venom.
Yeah.
And I
really like the first Venom.
Yeah.
Okay.
He liked it, but not as much.
I had technical issues with the first one.
Yeah, I get it because the CGI fight at the end was a complete mess.
I just thought it was.
And that's one thing they did. Yeah, they did fix that in this.
Yeah.
They righted the wrongs. Yeah, definitely. The final fight between Carnage and Venom, it was spot on. It was spot on, and it was done really well. I think, as Damien pointed out in the straight out of the theatre review that we did, Andy Serkis had a lot to do with that. Because you know he's a motion capture guy.
Yeah, that's his thing.
That's his thing.
So
and he did I saw an article where he mentioned that he used the movement of a scorpion to replicate Carnage, which you can kind of see when he was coming out with that tentacle from the behind and all of that. So it fantastic film. Now get into the meat of it.
Right, wait.
What?
So Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
A+ performance.
As always.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to? Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Just getting into the
I
vibe.
did this on the way here.
So Tom Hardy in the first one, loved him.
Yep, second one. That's actually the best thing about this, actually talking about that.
Yes, we mentioned that, didn't we?
Because as you guys know, if you've seen the first one, Tom Hardy obviously does the voice for Venom as well, so he gets the duality of both roles.
Right.
They literally have so much fun with this one, which you could tell it was tapered back a bit in the first one, but this one they go full hawk on the relationship between Brock and Venom, and that's the highlight of the film for me.
It really is.
Their relationship.
They make them seem like a married couple. Basically.
It is.
Because it started off like that in the first one when he's like, "Oh, we do this.
It
What
ended
we
up
gonna
like
do
that.
now?
It
What we
ended
gonna
up
do
like
now?"
that.
And they were like close brothers almost.
It was literally a marriage. Because
There's
a scene. Do you remember the scene when they're in the house? And then they're brocking up each other.
Spoiler again.
We've already done that. So anyway. So they're brocking up each other. There's a fight between Venom and Eddie Brock in the house, and they're like literally beating each other up. And then Venom gets the better of Eddie Brock, obviously, and he's like, get out, remember?
Yeah.
And he starts. Go on.
There's a bit like, you know, in those stereotypical films where you see the upset wife will like get the most expensive thing that the husband owns and throw the shit out on the street. So basically Venom's like threatening him with the TV. He's like, it's going to go, and just it goes out onto the floor. And Tom Hardy's like, it's brilliant. That whole thing, it just sets the tone for the relationship.
It really does.
So is that quite early on?
Yeah, that is early on.
The first 25
minutes.
Even then, like the initial scene, like is literally just Venom having fun with him. There's a bit in the toilet where he's talking to him about what he should be doing, and there's a woman sat in a cubicle next to him. She's listening.
She's listening.
She's thinking, "You're not listening to me, Eddie." And he's just like, "Let me talk." And it's just this whole dynamic, the back and forth. It's very good.
I feel like Stephen Graham. He's good in whatever he does, but I feel like his character wasn't put to the forefront as much because I think they're saving him for the next one.
You think so?
And you can see it from the end because he had that glow in his eye. Do you remember?
But in saying that though, I was actually surprised at how much he was in the film because I initially didn't think he was going to be that integral to it. Because when I found, because obviously for everyone, I'm a comic book head. I've been reading Marvel comics since I was yay high. There were both of these guys.
Was you ever yay high though?
He was born this size.
we were yay high.
Yeah.
This brother come out at 6'4".
He was born my size.
Oh man, but I've been. These guys know the only guy that can beat me in comic book knowledge that we all know is Michael Adji, comic book connoisseur. I as soon as I knew he was playing Detective Mulligan, I knew straight away that he was going to be integral to not just this film, but the film coming afterwards, because that he gets the symbiote toxin in him. And you see that at the end of this film with his eyes. I don't know how they did that, because we didn't see any other symbiote. But obviously they'll probably explain that in the next film. But
it'll all come out in the wash, man.
Yes. So, but obviously big up to Stephen Graham each and every time. Smashes it out the park.
Graham?
Smashes it out the
Another
park.
hero.
Another
hood hero, cult hero.
100%.
Stephen Graham.
Yeah. What do you think of Naomi Harris's character?
See, this was the thing. This is the hang up that we had, right? So the dynamic of, you can tell they put a lot more time into Brock and Venom in this one, which works.
Which they had to.
My main gripe was, you've got someone of Naomi Harris's ability, someone of Woody Harrelson's ability, and as a couple pairing, bar the contrast and the comparisons you make to Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers,
Bar the dynamic of that, I didn't think they gave them a lot to work with. They seem to have the second bits of the script, which no one injected a lot of time into. And I don't mean any dismissiveness to the script writers, but there was a lot of work, for me, it seemed to be put into Venom and Brock's relationship and that dynamic. Even so much Michelle Williams, I think her character was a lot more pushed and well written in this one than she was in the last one. Because I think her relationship with Venom in this one is actually quite comical. Which
with Venom, that's true.
Which she didn't have in the first one.
Yeah.
And they pushed that. Even, was it Peggy Lou who plays Miss Chen?
Yes.
She's brilliant. It's like the little moment she's got.
Well, there was a scene in there where Venom is inside her and talking to Michelle Williams' character.
Okay.
Because she goes to get, because that's when they find out that Cletus Cassidy has the Carnage symbiote in him.
Right.
And is wreaking havoc. He's escaped prison and he's
mashing up the
mashing up the place.
And Venom's left Brock. He's like, oh, I'm done with you. We're broken up.
He leaves it. But everyone that he goes into, they're not a match. So after a while he has to come out because they all drop on the floor. They can't take the symbiote. Like the first one, remember that? The first one. So he manages to get into the shop. And then he enters Mrs. Chen.
Because he's dying to get back because he misses
He misses Eddie. So then Michelle Williams comes in and she, for some reason, she's got this innate sense of when he's around, isn't it? And then she knew kind of like he was there. And then Mrs. Chen all of a sudden gets Venom's eyes. And it starts chatting.
Flirting.
Yeah.
And it's like Michelle Williams starts flirting Mrs. Chen as Venom. And the scene's hilarious because the way that she's playing, she's like, oh, it's Venom, I always like you.
Strong. And he's like, it's Mrs. Chen,
It's surreal, but
it's mad because then Dan, her fiance, he's like, yeah, I'm standing right here. He's watching them flirt. He's like, I'm standing right here. He's like,
we don't care, Dan.
Yeah, we never liked you, Dan. It's wicked, bro. It's wicked. So that scene killed it. So it's Mrs. Chen, she smashed it.
But to touch back on that, I think Woody Harrelson and Naomi Harris, I think they got a little bit underserved with the script.
I didn't buy the chemistry.
No.
They were supposed to be loves from when they were young and they were in an asylum together. And I just didn't buy that. I didn't get it from them.
And it's not that the performances are bad, because the performances are good. They do well what they have. But that's it. They do well with what they have. There wasn't enough meat there for them to work with. And they literally played the top game with the bits they had to work with.
I kind of feel like the runtime didn't help with that.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because they had to, which it helped the film generally in pacing.
The pacing was awesome.
It was wicked. But I feel to tell their story, it didn't help with that.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because it was only a 90-minute film. Do you know what I mean? So
they kind of felt like side villains as opposed to like Venom felt like, so Carnage felt like the main villain aesthetically, but when it came to like threading them into it, they just kind of felt like side characters, which I thought was a shame. Because I've been a Harris fan literally since like back in 28 Days Later.
Oh, she's fantastic. She's fantastic.
So
it's really nice, but I can't say it enough. Being on set with her was so good. She was busting joke with us. She didn't have to do that. Do you know what I mean? She's an A-lister. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So,
and you was just any riffraff.
Yeah. Well, in that sense, I was. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's fantastic.
Speaking of cast, actually, I've got a bone to pick. Amber Sienna, who are you, and how the hell are you turning up on IMDb as the third person in all these movies? Apparently you're the third person in the new Batman movie. Apparently you're the third person.
And you're uncredited, isn't it? She's got uncredited roles. So how does that work?
Your performance as the waitress number 2.
Did you even see her?
No, that's what she's credited as. The waitress number 2. But you're a Playboy bunny apparently. So I struck you off with a 0 performance.
Anyway.
So, whoever your publicist is, I'd like to know.
Actually, they're doing a good job. Yeah, for real. For real.
Yeah, so I thought they were underserved.
What you got?
What else? Script was good, chemistry, Brock and Venom good, pace good, creature effects awesome. I think Andy Serkis literally, you can tell Serkis is involved in this film.
Yes.
Because that was my main gripe with the first one. I think technically the first one was this CGI mess.
Oh, the end fight really was with Riz Ahmed and Riot.
And I love Riz Ahmed, and it was like, it was...
they were just meshing it. You remember that, didn't you? It just didn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't really flowing.
This time, as Damien said, Andy Serkis got that one right.
That's 100%. To do that.
Like, he got.
And I think when it comes to the CGI, people have to realize that Tom Hardy is by himself.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know, one of those. You know, like when he did the craze and whatnot, he's by himself.
Yeah.
And as actors, creating that chemistry, like you're talking to yourself or you're talking is so difficult And not everybody can do it.
And he's been doing it since day one, back in when he did Bronson.
Yeah.
You've got the moments where it's like, hey, what's that, Charlie? You don't know, right? Does a whole scene back and forth.
Yeah.
But this is why
Then the craze.
He's
the craze.
He was amazing in the craze.
He, for me, he's like, I mean, he's brilliant in all the films that you've mentioned. And when you're talking about the split personality thing that he had to do with Venom, but even if you're just talking about
that Warrior,
but the one that I feel like is one of his best performances is The Drop with Gandolfini.
Okay, yeah. It's more of a nuanced performance.
Yeah, very nuanced. Have you ever seen that film?
No.
It was Gandolfini's last film before he died.
No.
If you need to see that film, bro.
Did you ever see the film when he's in the car?
Yes, Lock.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The whole thing shot in the car.
Yeah.
And he had me
from start to finish.
from start to finish.
Yeah.
Now, who does that?
How much? Very few actors can do that.
They did that with Buried. But
Buried. But I'm saying he was amazing, and he had the Welsh accent.
Yeah.
And he nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
It's the
And
bit where he's talking to his father in the back of the car always gets me. When he's just like, and you, what did you do? Fuck all. And he's just like, I'm gonna fix what you messed up. And that whole bit is
when I know a man can keep me engaged for the length of a whole film in one car and a telephone.
And
You're
even
amazing.
The script itself is nothing. It's not like with Buried. You got attention. Someone's going to die. This is like a soap drama script. He's had an affair. She's in the hospital. He's on his way to because the baby's going to be born. That's essentially it. He's got the whole thing happening back at the park.
Yeah.
It's a character drama about a person in a car talking to his dead father and his wife on the phone, and you are literally hooked from the first scene to the end because of what he's doing.
I switched it on and I thought, oh, what is this? And then I couldn't switch it off.
Well, it's what I'm saying. Like even with him in The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. I could have literally, I'm a big DiCaprio fan. I could have literally watched for that whole film. That was about 2 hours plus. Him, DiCaprio, and Hardy, and Will Poulter. Those three, I could have watched just those three on screen for those 2 hours, and I'd have been satisfied. That's how good those guys are, man.
They carry anything they're in. They carry it.
He's entered like the upper echelon for me, definitely. For me, my always top tier is it's Denzel and Hopkins. They were my top two for the longest of times.
I can see why.
Because I can literally, you give one of them like a Dulux color chart, read that for an hour and a half. Oh, listen, I will listen and be riveted. You give them the instructions to a blooming IKEA wardrobe. Read that on stage. Done. As a screw going into the hole, I'm fine. But when Tom Hardy came, I was like, okay, there's someone else is coming into there for me, like of our generation. He's he's there, he's 45.
He's early 40s. He's early 40s.
But he's that way for me.
But anyway, let's carry on with the
Creature Effects done, covered that. Little tidbit for you guys. If you spot it towards the end of the film, find this out today. The Matrix 4 was filming at the same time. The helicopters.
Yes, it was from
Matrix 4.
The Matrix 4,
They were filming on the same lot at the same time.
The little cheeky one.
Yeah, so they got, what you see in the film is the scene of the Matrix 4. In the background of Venom. It's wicked. I love that.
So there's a scene where Carnage is just again mashing up everything, and then the helicopters are shooting at Carnage. It was that scene, wasn't it? That those helicopters that's a scene from Matrix 4.
Okay.
So they've meshed it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's sick how they could do that, man. And so there's the big fight at the end, and again, I thought the fight was really good.
So the visuals were just all the way through.
The physical mechanics of Venom and Carnage, you see what they're doing, you see the threat. And the Carnage scene in the prison sequence, brilliant. And the church bit was great.
That was the final fight scene, wasn't it? Yeah. And then let's get to the one that's been spoiled for everyone, but the one that you've been all waiting for anyway. Venom is now in the MCU. Venom is now in the MCU, which means I'm in the MCU, But still, I still want the Luke Cage gig. Come on, Kevin Feige. But anyway, so did you notice though basically Venom and Eddie Brock get away because they're being hunted, right? FBI and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they go to a beach, they're chilling there, and then did you notice that the effect was the same effect from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? It was the same kind of, and then they changed into another room,
which makes you think it's literally Doctor Strange changing everything.
Right. That's our theory. That it's the Doctor Strange in the madness, multiverse madness thing. Yeah. That's what's making us think that's what's
overlapping and
definitely, and that's why I think in No Way Home, Venom's going to show up at some point.
And a reason to kind of touch into that, I think the reason why they've been allowed to do this is because what they did with Spider-Man in the last film. Because they portrayed Venom as this anti-hero in this version of him, they needed some way to weave it in, because you can't just have Venom turning up with Spider-Man and being like, good guy, me eat. No, it's going to be literally, he has to have some kind of inception as to why he's doing that. And Spider-Man being played off as the bad guy in the last movie, which is what Venom sees him on at the end.
On TV. J. Jonah Jameson.
That's the bad guy.
Yeah. So you remember at the end of that film where they were saying, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man, he's the villain. He killed Mysterio." Blah blah blah. So he's seeing it and then he's licking the TV when he's with his picture on it. So yeah, that's where it ends. Yeah. So that's where it ends, and that's where everyone sees that, he's now part of the main MCU, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah? Because that opens the door for so many things, even Morbius, which is another Sony Spider-Verse film that's coming out soon. It just opens the door. Craven the Hunter, you know, it's exciting times. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen because Tom Holland had an interview very recently, and he said that after this No Way Home, that's the end of the trilogy. That's the end of this edition of Spider-Man.
But I think that's probably, because they touched on this, I think that's the end of that narrative, but I don't think it's the end of him being Spider-Man.
It all depends on if Sony and Disney can do another deal. That's what it all depends on. Because if you remember, the new deal that they signed precipitated this coming into the MCU. Because at one point, that deal was done. And No Way Home wasn't even going to be made.
I remember.
Yeah, No Way Home, and then they managed to finally get together, thank God. Because you guys make too much money together. It don't make any sense.
It don't make no sense.
You know what I mean? And then No Way Home was put together, and then obviously they've hashed out a deal where the Spider-Verse guys like Venom, like Morbius can now come into the main MCU. Because even if you remember the Morbius trailer before COVID hit, Michael Keaton's character in the first Spider-Man film with Tom Holland is in Morbius. Do you remember? Yeah. So it was even happening from then. Do you see what I'm saying? So obviously that deal that they then struck together meant that they were going to bring the two worlds together. So which is fantastic. I mean, it opens the doors for so many things. But obviously it depends, because John Campbell says that he reckons that they're preparing Spider-Man for his exit out of the MCU back into the Sonyverse, which I could see. They could go that way.
Yeah.
But again, it all depends on if they get to do another deal with Disney that is beneficial for both of them. Then they'll keep them in there. Because I think John Campion mentioned this again, and he's very right. Sony don't need Marvel. To have successful Spider-Man films, they don't need Marvel. No. Because their Spider-Man films has made plenty money.
Yeah.
Plenty money. Yeah. So they don't need Marvel. And Marvel don't need Sony. You know, before Spider-Man came into the MCU, they were making billion-dollar films. So they both don't need each other. Do you know what I mean? But I hope they keep it in there, because they do make more money together. And it just makes sense.
It works with the narrative.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And it could have been a 12. I'm not going to lie.
It could have been a 12. It could have been. There wasn't blood in there. I'm surprised that was a 13. I know in America they got this rating called PG-13, which can either be a 12 or 15 here, depending on what's in it. I understand why that was a 15.
Bar the F-bomb from Venom.
Yeah, at the end. But is that enough? One M-bomb, one F-bomb?
Parental guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of it.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
If you're a 11-year-old, 12-year-old heard the F word, they've heard it before.
They heard... Spoiler alert. They hear a lot worse than that in school.
Speaking as a teacher at school, yes, they do. Even in primary, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think even just as former kids, we can vouch for that.
I was saying something every at at 6 in the playground.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
No, because going in, I was like said to you, I think it should be an 18 because when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is too dark.
Hell no.
But
It did look dark though.
Yeah,
the trailer
but
did imply it.
No,
like
but
a horror
not
movie.
18.
No.
Come on, there was no blood there.
But I thought initially it was going to have blood. I thought they were going that route, and then when they took the blood out of it, I thought, okay, yeah, they're going to.
You can't bring. You need to bring kids to these movies. You can't.
Yeah, they're part of it.
Do you know what I mean? That's how they make their money.
Yeah.
That's how they. You know what I mean? That's how they make their money. So there's no way they're gonna make it an R-rated.
No.
I mean, yeah,
They want toys, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
It works with Deadpool, but we all know. Everyone that reads the comics knew what Deadpool was about.
Yeah.
So there was no way they couldn't make. They had to make Deadpool R-rated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And seen it anyway.
Right, exactly. And that's why even though Disney have it, they're still gonna make the next one R-rated.
Yeah.
Because they know that's the only way it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't work any other way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much covers it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's our spoiler review from Venom.
If you saw it, let us know.
Yeah.
What did you think?
What did you think? What do you think about it being in the MCU now? And do you think they will be able to do a deal with Disney where they keep it in the MCU, or do you think that after No Way Home, that's going to be the end? They're going to go their separate ways.
And did you spot Amber Sienna? And if you do, let us know what she was.
Amber Sienna, where are you?
Oh, and let me know if you saw me in it.
Yeah.
And let me know if you didn't. No, he's there. He's there.
I checked myself. Now, drop us some comments down below and let us know.